My name is Harry, and I'm from London.
Meghan Markle here.
Today is August 8th, 2024. It is 3:07 a.m. This is video number 2. Video number 1 was focusing mostly on the UK and different small little topic, the papers, the protests, and things like that. So here we're gonna focus mostly about the US politics. If you're not about that, so this video may not be for you. Okay, so I have about 7 tweets to share with you. There might be part 1 and part 2 for this video, because Rachel Maddow's one, it's a video but it's pretty long, so I don't know how much I'm gonna say in that. Okay, so these are the numbers: 4,421 subscribers, new subscribers welcome, $123.01. Analytics, come on. Oh wow, it's taking too long. Okay, 2,331 views in the last 48 hours. So let's go on Twitter. So that was the last tweet that I was sharing on my last video. Okay, so this is the first tweet. So there's this here: Harry-Walz Renaissance Part 3. Okay, now that's how you pull up in Detroit. It's 25 seconds only. Just the crowd. I'm sorry, I have to mute it because the music, YouTube will definitely give me copyright. It's singing freedom and things like that. So you could read the thing at the bottom. That's a lot of people. It's playing over. Okay, let's read some of the comment. Crowd size and array. Okay, the story, that's an ad. Okay, that is a beautiful sight to behold. A huge crowd there for them. Wow, fantastic. OMG, cinematic. JAC, this is fun. Let's see what some people are saying within, because that's a retweet. Holy F. Okay, they were told Taylor Swift was gonna be the nah, don't start with the nonsense. Okay, there's that. Personally, I think you should pull up a pink Cadillac. Okay, so that's video. Okay, so that's that. People just happy, that's all. Alright, so let's go to the next one. Let me make sure I get the correct tweet. On my community board, I share with you an image of I didn't put it on the list, I'm just making reference to it. Is that there's a picture I think one of those Trump people put out in one of his rallies. I guess the place was so empty they Photoshop people in, and then while they're doing that, they copy a guy with I think a green jacket so many times within the spaces that were empty. I'm like, it's so obvious. Okay, next tweet. This is President Obama. Like Vice President Harris, Governor Tim Walz believes that government works to serve us, not just some of us, but all of us. That's what makes him an outstanding governor, and that's what will make him an even better vice president. Michelle and I can't be happier for Tim and Gwen, their family, and our country. So let's see what he wrote here. Statement by President Obama and Mrs. Obama on the selection of Governor Tim Walz as Vice President Kamala Harris's running mate. Okay, so August 6th, when a presidential candidate chooses a running mate, it says a lot about who they are and what kind of president they'll be. Do they pick someone inexperienced and polarizing who will deepen our division? From what I understand, I don't know too much about him besides some of the nonsense he said publicly lately. JD Vance, I think that his first year as a is it senator or representative or something like that. Okay, so that should tell you something. Okay, or do they pick someone with the judgment to make tough decisions and the character to believe that every voice counts and everyone deserves an equal chance. By selecting Tim Walz to be her vice president from a pool of outstanding Democrats, Kamala Harris has chosen an ideal partner and made it clear exactly what she stands for. Governor Walz doesn't just have the experience to be vice president, he has the values and the integrity to make us proud. As governor, Tim helped families and businesses recover from the pandemic, establish paid family leave. As I'm reading this, I'm thinking of Meghan. Okay, guarantee the right to an abortion and put common sense gun safety measures in place to keep communities safe. But Tim's signature is his ability to talk like a human being and treat everyone with decency and respect. Not all that surprising, considering the fact that he served in the National Guard for 24 years and worked as a high school social study teacher and football coach before being elected to Congress. Like Vice President Harris, Governor Walz believed that government works to serve us, not just some of us, but all of us. That's what makes him an outstanding governor, and that's what will make him an even better vice president. Ready on day one. Michelle and I could be happier for Tim and Gwen, their family, and our country. As I was reading this, where President Obama said something about he was a social study teacher, I remember in high school, I think that was my first year, my freshman year in high school, I had that social study teacher. I love history. This guy, he looked very grumpy. I don't know where he's at. If he's still alive, may God continue to bless him, because if he died, may he rest in peace. I don't know where he's at. I don't even remember his name. When he come, he's so grumpy and he has a lot of papers and books with him instead of putting things in a bag or something like that. But when he's teaching, oh my God, he knows what he's talking about. And I used to love his class, but the kids in the classroom, they were making so much noise, refused to let him teach. I'm telling you, teachers go through hell. Tim Walz signed Democracy for the People Act into law last year, a sweeping bill that implemented automatic voter registration. Drop the hat. Very interesting. But meanwhile, and I come across some tweets where in Georgia, I think whoever's responsible, I think that was the guy that Trump was talking to find him whatever many vote. And there's a website, I think that's him, I could be wrong, who put a website out to limit voter registration or something like that. If you live in Georgia, correct me on that. Okay. What is the, okay, I don't even want to go into that. Okay, sorry Minnesota, we need to borrow your governor. Governor Sarah Sanders, after signing a bill weakening child labor law, and Governor Tim Walz, after he signed free school meals bills into law, tells you all you need to know about two parties. Wow. Damn, look at that kid. Wow, wow, wow. Be on the lookout for the next election, okay? Look at the kids. And there was one comment I was reading when I saw the video where the kid asked for a hug, and someone said in the comment, it's the kid who initiated the hug. It's not him who initiated. So that tells a lot. Yeah, look at them. They know. And there's a TikTok video that I came across on Twitter where someone was saying that Tim Walz is someone, you know, a father figure that many of the conservative women lost to, you know, the Fox News propaganda machine. Okay, Harris-Walz, this is nice. Okay, let's go. Okay, so let's go to the next tweet. So there's this here. The finances of Tim Walz is the most public servant finance I've ever witnessed from any legislature. His finances are clean AF. This is amazing. Alright, so let's see here. State of play. Walz doesn't own a single stock according to financial disclosure and confirmed by spokesperson. Same goes for his wife Gwen per tax filing. His disclosure both from his final year in Congress and his time as Minnesota governor also shows no mutual funds, bonds, private equities, or other securities. No book deals, wow, or speaking fees, or crypto or racehorse interests, not even real estate. The couple sold their Mankato, Minnesota home after moving into the governor's mansion for below the $315,000 asking price. Zoom in. Their only investment assets appear to be via state pension, including teachers' pensions. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Well, then again, who knows how much well, if he's a good saver and he knows how to manage his money, he probably have things in the banks. Okay, poor guy. I want him to have some investment, create some generational wealth for Hopes and Gus. Okay, $315,000 mortgage. Damn, that's good. Mankato. Okay, he gets my little house on the prairie vote. Little prairie. He needs to get an investment counselor. This is ridiculous. Well, maybe many of these things, when you think about it, could be a headache for some. There's some people who prefer the simplest way and they live the modest lifestyle. They don't ask for big stuff and they live their life comfortably. Because sometimes many of these people who's investing, actually, before I started this video, I was thinking about, you know, some of the things that I had and I sold them. And when I had them, the amount of headache that I had. Like, for instance, we had storm coming. When there's a storm, sometimes I'm worrying, okay, is this gonna happen? Is certain leak gonna happen? Am I gonna get a phone call? Or things like that. It bothers some. So some people don't like that type of headache. And sometimes I think about it and I said, I'm glad that I did it before I had kids, because there were so many little issues left and right when you own properties you deal with. Not too many people wants to go through that. So I'm sort of happy that, you know, I had the opportunity to do that. And then now, you know, with less headache, I don't have to deal with renters who's not paying, and then I have bills to pay. You still have to pay tax even you're not living there, but you're renting and the people are not paying you, and you still have to fix stuff and all sort of things that needs to be done, you know. So not too many people wants to deal with that. Okay, so maybe he's comfortable the way he's at, the way he's, you know, he got pension, he got things from the army and things like that. So maybe he's comfortable, he's satisfied. So many people, you know, they want more and more, and then at the end of the day, they're gonna die and leave everything behind. All right, and probably teach their kids to be satisfied with what they have. All right, so this is the next tweet. Walz, the one thing that I will not forgive them for is they try to steal the joy from this country. They try and steal the joy, but you know what? Our next president brings the joy. Okay, 26 seconds. That's very well put. I like that. Yeah, when he was president, you worrying. It's a feeling I never felt before. Because I was sharing some stuff with you, you know, what happened in Buffalo. You see those police, you see that white old man walking toward the police, and then the police shoved that old man to the ground, hit his head on the concrete, and all of that. These things affect people. These are the type of thing Trump wants to happen. I'm like, what the hell? But anyway, let's listen. 26 seconds, there will be screenshot.
This is what we know. All the things that make me mad about those other guys and all the things they do wrong, the one thing that I will not forgive them for is they try to steal the joy from this country. They try and steal the joy.
That is true.
But you know what? You know what? Our next president brings the joy. She emanates the joy. This is what we know.
Okay, so it's playing again. Right, so it's that teacher, quote, sergeant major, congressman, governor. So this is his family. Okay. Alright, that's an ad. I like joy. Let's choose joy. Exactly. Okay, he's so effing cool, man. Someone I could have a beer with or will report for detention to. Seriously, I won't dare skip one of his detentions. Okay, he's such a wholesome guy. He said those other guys. After seeing how much larger Harris' rally is compared to Trump's, I can see why J.D. Vance and the propaganda crew falsely accused Tim Walz of stolen valor. I mean, these people, they live on lies. They doing their stupid things, but they don't want people to know their stupid things. Okay, Harris will bring peace and joy to the White House. Trump brings domestic terrorism and far-right extremism. Pretty much, yeah. All right, so let's go to the next tweet. Now this is the Rachel Maddow thing. I don't know how, I think it's like 8 minutes, so this might take a while, and I probably 6, okay, close to 7 minutes. Is there another one? Okay, so that's a GIF, so I'm probably gonna stop in between. So if you want to see it, it's probably on YouTube, okay, because I will be stopping in between. Breaking: massive Trump scandal uncovered. Everybody needs to watch this. Okay, so 6 minutes and 45 seconds. I'll be stopping in between. I'll be putting screenshot. The main thing is listen, okay? And
important about this, so please watch. Again, it's a short clip, but this was that same rally in Georgia.
I don't know if you've heard, but the Georgia State Election Board is in a very positive way. This is a very positive thing, Marjorie. They're on fire. They're doing a great job. 3 members: Janice Johnson, Rick Jeffries,
okay, so people are pointing at them over here. All right.
and Janelle King. 3 people are all pit bulls fighting for honesty, transparency, and victory. They're fighting. Are they here? Where are they? Where are they? Where are they? Thank you. What a job. Thank you. Thank you.
I wonder what their positions are, because Trump usually tell you. He's telling you exactly what's happening. So they're probably trying to scam something, you know, some sort of a fraud. But let's listen. That's my humble opinion, so I don't know. Allegedly, okay?
These people he's shouting out by name, at least one of those people is apparently there at the rally, waving back at him, and he's acknowledging her. The reason you've never heard of these people is because they have a job that's supposed to be an obscure technocratic job. They are members of the Georgia State Elections Board.
Oh.
He describes them as 3 pit bulls fighting for victory. And he calls them out by name, and he thanks them, and he praises them, and he points out at least one of them who's there in person at the front row of his rally. He says they're doing a great job. They are, quote, fighting for victory. Georgia.
Was it in this video? I'm doing 2 videos tonight. Where I said that the guy that Trump was talking to in Georgia regarding find me whatever number of votes, there's a website I came across on Twitter that he's putting out to limit register to vote or something. I don't remember how it went. So they're doing that thing, trying to steal the election again. I don't know if these people are smart, seeing what has happened prior, as close as to Vice President Pence. Okay, anyone who do Trump's bidding, they end up in trouble. So I hope these people do the right thing. Let's continue.
The State Elections Board is not supposed to be the kind of entity that has its members shouted out at a candidate's rally for all they're doing to assure the victory of that candidate. Right? The State Elections Board is responsible for administering elections. For, in the words of Georgia state statutes, they're responsible for conducting, quote, fair, legal, and orderly elections for the state of Georgia. And here is Trump shouting them out by name for all the great work they're doing for him. Since the 2020 election, in which Trump...
That's the guy that I was talking about. When Trump was talking to him, it's him that I think who creates something online for registration or something. If I come across it, I will share it with you because I saw it.
Tried mightily and failed to overturn the results of the presidential election in Georgia, since a Georgia grand jury indicted him and multiple co-defendants on multiple felonies, including RICO charges, for trying to overturn the election in contravention of law. Georgia Republicans have since replaced the membership of the Georgia State Board of Elections so that it's now stocked with election deniers and Trump superfans, who Trump is now shouting out by name at his rallies while they sit in the front row and wave back at him.
You know what I'm seeing here, as Rachel saying that, where they change those people to, you know, election deniers. I'm seeing as if, because now Biden is not running, his focus could be on trying to make things right, while Kamala and Walz are in front doing their thing to be replaced Biden. Meanwhile, Biden in the background is doing things, looking into what will prevent democracy from moving forward, fixing them or go after them while he's still president. That's what I'm saying here. So now that we know, and Trump is telling us, like I've said, he doesn't hide anything. So people need to go out and vote in full, vast numbers where they cannot steal it. Because this is what held us in 2020. Because the amount of people that went to vote was too huge. There were too many people who went to vote. They can't just throw so many out. Okay? So that's what saved us. So now they're putting people in place to help them. God help us. But let's continue.
They have also stalked election deniers and Trump superfans on county election boards throughout the state of Georgia and in other swing states as well. But why is that important? These elections officials who are doing the kinds of jobs that shouldn't make them famous, why is it important that they're election deniers and Trump superfans that have been installed since Trump tried and failed to overturn the results of the last election?
Probably to not certify the votes, because they need to certify them in order for them to go forward. And I don't know. Let's see if she explained that.
Well, those county elections officials in multiple counties, in multiple swing states, since 2020, they have refused to certify local election results dozens of times. Right, the state election board members who Trump shouted out at his rally this weekend, they're now pushing through a new rule in the state of Georgia that will give any county official at the county elections board level, give them the leeway to refuse to certify election results in that county, or at least to delay the certification of election results in that county. And why does that matter? Because no matter how people vote in a particular state, right, no matter who gets the most votes in a particular state, election results get tallied locally, and then they get certified by each county, and then they get certified at the state level.
Wow.
That's how we get official election results from each state. If individual counties, whether they're big counties or small counties, even little rural, really Trumpy counties with almost no people in them, if counties refuse to certify their county level results, the idea is that will stop the state from being able to certify its results. Because they won't have official results from every county. It'll stop them from being able to certify statewide results, or at least delay the certification of statewide results.
This is crazy.
And that will have two effects. Number one, it will serve as propaganda, right? It will serve as sort of smoke to tell the public that there must be something wrong in the election, so the election results must be suspect, and maybe emergency measures of some kind are going to be necessary.
I hope President Biden is working his magic in the background to prevent that. Because this is it for democracy here. This is it.
But secondly, it prevents the normal counting of votes, which prevents the normal allocation of electors in the Electoral College, which is how we get a president, right? It stops that process, which then does what to the process? It throws it into the courts, maybe. Throws it into Congress to decide? Maybe. Republicans may like both of their chances in both of those places better than they like their chances with voters.
Where are they? Thank you. What a job. Thank you.
Remember, was it 2000 election where it went to the Supreme Court and then they give it to, Bush? Okay? So this is what Trump is trying to do here. I don't know. I feel like Biden is doing something in the background we may not know. God help us. And this is another thing too. If Harris and Walz win, remove the Electoral College. That's it. This is what preventing. This is why the Republicans love the Electoral College. This is why. So we need to get rid of the Electoral College. And can you imagine as well? Because different states have, that's why they go into the local level. Can you imagine Harris and Walz win without those states that they're trying to prevent? Okay, you have California, because I think Florida might be one of them that might go to the Democrat. You know, those huge states. I'm not giving any hope for Texas. All right, all the other states and the, what do they call it? The Democratic wall. the states that tends to vote for Democrats are in the perimeter of the country when you look at the map. So can you imagine Harris and Walz win without where Trump is trying to steal the election? Can you imagine that? Maybe that's another way of looking at it. But this needs to stop. The Electoral College needs to go. Because Trump is opening doors. Let us see where all of our weaknesses are. As much as I hate the things that he's doing, but he's opening the doors to all the weaknesses of our democracy. And then if we win, we fix it.
Thank you.
Since Trump lost that election and then said it was all fraudulent and tried to have it all overturned on the basis of those bogus fraud claims, Republican officials are often refusing to certify or delaying the certification of election results. They've done it more than 25 times.
Wow.
In Nevada,
I didn't know that.
and in Pennsylvania, and in New Mexico, and in Michigan, and in North Carolina, and in Georgia. The list goes on. And they're not doing it because there's something wrong that they know of in these elections. They're doing it to show that they're not going to certify election results anymore.
Wow.
Because they, as election deniers and Trump superfans, have gotten a hold of this part of the technocratic process of conducting elections in our country.
Wow. This is scary. Okay. Oh, there's more. I almost stopped. It's 45 minutes left, or 40 minutes left. Or second. Is that it? Oh, that's it. It's done. Okay, so there's that. If President of the United States, Joe Biden, has immunity, can he, as an official act, override the certification? That's a very good point, because the Supreme Court just gave, the president immunity. So look who we have here. Okay? Or replace the electors and appoint new electors to do the certification. If not, and VP Harris and Tim Walz win and electors refuse to certify, can President of the United States then, that's a very good point, as an official act, step down and hand the presidency over to the winners as an official act to save democracy? The first part of that tweet makes sense, but the last sentence does not make sense. There's no reason for him to step down, because pretty much he has like a couple months left for the end of his term, and he already know he's not gonna run. So there's no reason for him to step down. But the beginning of his tweet or her tweet make more sense, because I think I explained it in my original recording. So if I don't explain it, I'll come back and insert what I'm thinking right now. So let's get back to the original recording. Okay, did you just say that committing one of the most undemocratic acts will save democracy? They really have all your brainwashed thinking that what they are doing is in the name of saving democracy. Okay, you need to read it again. If Kamala Harris and Tim Walz legitimately win and they refuse to certify, and President Biden will be in the right to just step down and transfer power to the rightful winners, and VP Kamala Harris and VP can certify their own win, President of the United States has official immunity to act in a democratic crisis to save us from a dictator who wants to get rid of constitution. Let me pause. Immunity to act in a democratic crisis to save us from a dictator who wants to get rid of the Constitution altogether. The rightful winners will still be duly elected by we the people. Okay, so too much going on. This will save us from the criminal dumb Donald and the fake president of Russia. There's this head who is also a criminal. Alright, so let's see. Let me read some more here to learn something. Okay, LOL, what none of that sound like an act to save anything but there's that here. The defendant Donald J. Trump is guilty of 34 counts of falsified business records. I mean, he's carrying his falsity all over. No, think about this. This is America. We are talking about unbelievable Trump and GOP corruption. Well, let's just say the people who knows the law, I really don't know what to say about this. The only two things that I see here, okay? Trump has asked immunity by the Supreme Court. From my understanding, I think they gave it to him. He could be immune from prosecution if he is in the Oval Office, if he is president. That was my understanding of it. So if criminality is happening at a lower level, and then immunity to the current president right now, so if he wants to make right, and then the people who were supposed to do the right thing is not doing the right thing, and the president, which is not part of his duty though, but now since the Supreme Court gave him immunity, so he's in the right to make it right again. Okay, it's like two wrong. You know when they say negative times negative give you positive? So this is what I'm seeing here. That's the only thing. It may sound crazy or whatever, but if they're doing the wrong thing from the lower level, but the president, that's not his job. Okay, remember that. It's not the president's job to certify anything. Okay? This is why we have different level of government, different spot or whatever. But Trump wants to mingle and mess everything up. So he quickly asked for immunity as a president to do the right thing. I mean, if he commit a crime or whatever, could he be immune to that? Okay? So now if Biden, this is what Trump had asked, literally. Let me look it up to make sure. That's what I'm understanding. I remember on top of my head. Okay, so there it is here. My question was, did Trump ask the Supreme Court immunity from prosecution? All right, so there's this here. Is Trump immune from prosecution? Neither may the courts adjudicate a criminal prosecution that examines such presidential action. The court thus concludes that the president is absolutely, immune from criminal prosecution for conduct within his exclusive sphere of constitutional authority. Okay, from that, this is where Biden can act. And then there's Trump here also trying to do criminal thing at lower level and preventing the voice of the people from moving forward, even though it's not the president's right to do that. But now, so now Biden is in the right authority to protect the Constitution because he made an oath to protect and preserve the Constitution of the United States.
Right hand and repeat after me. I, Joseph Robinette Biden Jr., do solemnly swear.
I, Joseph Robinette Biden Jr., do solemnly swear.
That I will faithfully execute.
That I will faithfully execute.
The office of President of the United States.
Office of President of the United States.
And will, to the best of my ability.
Will, to the best of my ability.
Preserve, protect, and defend.
Preserve, protect, and defend.
The Constitution of the United States.
The Constitution of the United States.
So help you God.
So help me God.
Congratulations, Mr. President. And will, to the best of my ability.
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 Preserve, protect, and defend.
Preserve, protect, and defend.
Preserve, protect, and defend.
Preserve, protect, and defend.
The Constitution of the United States.
The Constitution of the United States.
So help you God.
So help me God.
Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Joseph Robinette Biden Jr., do solemnly swear.
I, Joseph Robinette Biden Jr., do solemnly swear.
That I will faithfully execute.
That I will faithfully execute.
The office of President of the United States.
Office of President of the United States.
And will, to the best of my ability.
Will, to the best of my ability.
Preserve, protect, and defend.
Preserve, protect, and defend.
The Constitution of the United States.
The Constitution of the United States.
So help you God.
So help me God.
This is part of the Constitution, the voice of the people. So they're preventing it from moving forward. So he has to act to protect and preserve the voice of the people. So this is where Biden can step in. He's in the right because he is the president. He has the authority to do so because he made an oath. When he became president, he made the oath to protect the Constitution of the United States. So now, if the Constitution is being endangered and then they prevent the voice of the people from counting. So I think he is in the right to step in and make the voice of the people count. That's what I think. What is it for Biden to do that? To step in and certify it. Okay, so any counties that refuse to do that, President Biden is immune from prosecution, and he could go in each of those counties and certify every single one of them. Okay, this is not changing the voice of the people. It's just certifying the voice of the people. And then, and have the people do it. Vote for whoever it is. So Trump is like a double sword. He asked for immunity, and right now we have a sitting president here, and then at the same time, Trump is trying to doing criminal things at lower level. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying here. This is the part that could save democracy right there. If President Biden step in, and if those other people refuse to certify, and he is immune from prosecution, so he could go and do that. Certify the voice of the people. This is not him changing anything. He's not changing the who vote for whom, who vote for what, change the result, put more to Harris column on. He's not doing any of that. It's just after the people have voted, and then those people in lower counties refuse to certify it. Now he could walk in and certify it himself, because that was not his job to do. But the people who were supposed to certify refused to do it, to do what is right. And also, he is obligated. The president is obligated to protect the Constitution of the United States. And this is also a way of him, protecting the Constitution of the United States. Okay? So this is that. So I don't know. This is what I'm saying. Trump is opening the door to a lot of things, all of our weaknesses. And then once, Harris and Walz get in office, and then fix all of those loopholes. Okay? So there are loopholes within our democracy, and then Trump had uncovered it. Now fix it. So Biden is not going to be prosecuted, and he fixed it. And then as Harris and Walz walked in, and then make sure that doesn't happen again. That immunity and all of that, remove that. Okay, everybody's supposed to, under the law. I don't know. As much as it sounds scary, but based on what I'm seeing here, this is the only way I think it could go. All right, they're showing their hands right now. And we are at a pivotal moment where either we have a dictator or we continue our democracy. So this is the point here. And Trump has opened the door for all of it. As much as I really hate every single thing that this guy is doing, but he's opening so many doors and loopholes and things that's going on. I don't think these people are seeing or thinking clearly right now who's doing Trump's bidding, because they only think of skin color, and they're gonna put themselves in big trouble because they're not doing their job. Okay, so that's that. That's the only thing I could say. Besides that, I'm not a lawyer. I don't know how this can move forward. Okay, remember Kim Davis refused to do her government job, lost her job, spent 5 nights in jail, $100,000 fine, on top of attorney fees and expenses. If they refuse to certify, they will be sued and lose. Well, true and all of that, but I don't know. There's all of that. You could pause and read. I remember this. You could see through their eyes. They have their soul is shown through their eyes. They're angry about something. I don't know. The Dems should be working on to counter this. Where's Merrick Garland? Let's see here. Okay, hiding from congressional subpoena because, there's the word here. I mean, the crime hasn't committed yet. It's not November 5th. So we do not know if they're gonna continue with that, if they're gonna carry it out. It's after the fact. If the people are not doing their job, we need to give them time to do their job and keep an eye on what they're doing with the votings, the ballots and all of that. So if no crime haven't committed yet, what Merrick Garland can do now? Nothing. There's no crime yet. The ones who have committed the crimes in 2020, they are dealing with them. Look at Trump, they're still dealing with them. Okay, so democracy takes a process. Democracy takes time, and it's a process. It can be very frustrating, but if you have the right people in place to carry out the democracy, the democratic process, we should be okay. But all of this, everything we are seeing now, it didn't come out of nowhere. It's been going on. I can't believe people even give Trump the first time around the presidency. I don't know why anybody didn't see the thing that he was doing was wrong. He doesn't deserve to be over there. So we made a lot of mistakes as human beings, and there are still people who wants to vote for him. So this is the process of democracy. Okay, I hate everything that is going on right now, what Trump is trying to do, but on the flip side, he's opening our eyes to see all the loopholes within our system that needs to be fixed. So it is up to us after this election, make sure we vote the right way, and then put people in place when we vote again for every election, small election and everything like that, to vote for the right people. Look at this. Right after the 2020 election, what did the Republican did? They went right to work. Where did they go? They vote for smaller position. And this is where the problem might be later on. But were we paying attention to this? We have ourselves to blame. That's all it is. And then the president, depend on who we select to be president, is in the right to protect the Constitution. So our eyes should be open. If anything happen in between, all I have to do, if it doesn't go the way that I'm hoping it does, I just have to brace myself, because we all have a chance. We all have a chance to make it right. So are we gonna do the right thing? I don't know. Okay, the people who cast the votes don't decide on election. The people who count the votes do. Joseph Stalin. Okay, I think, well, there's how do you call this? There's receipt. I think when you vote for it, there's different way of checking to see if everything match or things like that. Okay, like I said, President Biden could go in each of those counties and certify it himself based on
preserve, protect, and defend
preserve, protect, and defend
the Constitution of the United States.
the Constitution of the United States.
So help you God.
So help me God.
all right, and then now the people who were trying to cheat to vote, okay, they're gonna call foul. Okay, they're gonna be upset about that. Meanwhile, they got the position to not follow the rules, and then when the rule is undermined them again, and then they're gonna call foul. People need to vote in every election. That's the thing. This thing didn't come out of nowhere. This thing did not come out of nowhere. You have these people fooling you every day, giving you lies and all sort of things. You're cheering for them while they're taking your democracy away, your freedom and everything. This didn't come like that. All right, next tweet. So this one I saw a while ago, and while I was looking for more tweets to share with you, I came across it again, so I put it on the list. Okay, Harris-Walz. This is a guy, 1 minute and 5 seconds. There will be screenshots.
All right, now she's named Walz as her running mate. And like I said before, whoever she chooses, it's going to be a winning team. And we have to get behind the both of them now. We have to give them 100% support. We have to make sure that on election day that we see numbers that we have never seen before.
That's
in
right.
an election for president. We have to make sure that there's no way that the Republicans and Trump can come back and say it's fraud. So let's get behind Harris and Walz and give them our full support.
I agree with him 100%. This is what saved us in 2020. Too many people went to vote. And I'm telling you, Trump find every opportunity to do his nonsense. The 2020 election, he used the pandemic on the people, thinking people were going to be afraid to go out and vote because they didn't want to get sick and all of that, the social distancing and everything. This is why he let the thing come in and killed thousands of people, and many of the people who died are some of his supporters. But too many people went to vote and they couldn't steal the election. Okay, and they can't throw the votes away and things like that. So that's what saved us. Now this guy is repeating again. We're gonna make it, because when you look at the things that happened in 2020, the rhetoric, the nonsense that was going on, the few that saw the stupidity of things went out and voted, and we won. Meanwhile, Trump had a lot of supporters. He had a lot of supporters who still went out to vote for him. But what's happening now, there are more eyes that are open and see the full-blown BS. And thanks to Midas Touch, who's literally every day, I haven't watched their videos in a while. That's why I'm not sure what's going on in Georgia right now with Trump case, RICO case. But many people come out, so many educated people, like I said, Midas Touch, they are professionals, they are lawyers, some of them are trial lawyers, they know the rule of law, so they open people's eyes. Okay, people who were into the rhetoric, they quickly follow the squirrel type of noises. But Midas Touch literally make them sit down and see the full-blown BS that the mainstream media was not showing you. What really the nonsense that he was carrying out in the background. So there are more people who are seeing it. And then other things too. People who still confused, when you look at the laws that been implemented since Trump and many of his MAGA people been in office, look at the things that they implemented. One, I think in Florida, was that thing, when you married and then you divorce, there's money that they give to, what do they call it? It's not pension. So that's for them, because they're piling up money. They don't want to give use the women. They don't want to give them anything after that. Okay, there's other thing. Just look at the laws that been implemented since they've been in power. What they do, they just protect themselves. And this is why I like this guy on Twitter. I came across his video where he cursed too much every time. I need to edit his video, because many times I've shared it with you, where I bleep out the F words that he keep on putting. But what he's saying is spot on. He understands why white men are voting for Republican. But the thing is that he doesn't understand why white women are voting for Republican, because they don't care about you.
Dear white women, what the is your purpose, huh? What the is your purpose, huh? What the is your purpose? Other than ruining the motherfucking casserole, what the is your purpose other than voting against your better interests? What the is your purpose other than running the motherfucking coals with expired coals cash, knowing damn well that shit been expired since 2010? Talk about, I want to speak to your manager. I want to buy something for my Timothy. It should still be good. It seems like every year white women just keep getting worse. Aren't they getting worse? If you look at the electorate, white women continue to vote for Republicans. Every year it keeps going up. It keeps going up. So my question is, why the f should we trust a lily hoe? White women can't be trusted. Well, no, Kenny, don't be so mean to them. You know, white suburban women are going to get it together. No, you're not. If you ain't got it together then, you ain't going to get it together now. Y'all didn't even vote for your own white sister Hillary. Women. And the thing that's really pissing me off is we continue to coddle these white women while we keep shitting on black women. We keep shitting on black voters. But we always put all this stock into white women that are never going to fucking show up for us. That's continue to vote against their own better interests. Because why the And this is the other shit that it pisses me off. Well, shouldn't we blame white men just as much as we blame white women? Maybe. But here's the bullshit that I have a problem with that is, I understand why white men are voting. Because white men are voting for their own better interests, which is keeping power, patriarchy. It makes sense. But why the f*** do a white woman think that she even has a motherfucking say? If she's constantly voting for a white man who's telling her that you don't have agency over your own fucking body. And the reason why y'all don't want to teach critical race theory is not about what's going on in the past, it's what's going on in the motherfucking present. The thing that's confusing me is how the fuck can you hide what's in motherfucking plain sight? We see your lily white racist ass through the motherfucking window. Hi, I'm Carolyn, and I want you blackies to know that niggers in this neighborhood have curfew. Okay, so when the street lights come on, make sure you're in your home, because if you're hanging, you will be swinging. Let's keep it 100, let's keep it a buck. The real reason why these white people don't want their kids to learn about critical race theory is because they don't want their kids to grow up knowing that their parents are fucking monsters. Every fucking day, you guys wake up early in the motherfucking morning, look yourself in the mirror, and you know you ain't shit. You know you're a racist piece of shit. And you don't want your kids to know that you're a fucking monster.
Okay, so all of this is playing a big role into our election. And then if we jump that hurdle and we make it through and we still kept our democracy, the next thing is, in one video, I spoke about how we need to be very careful because they're going to go back to their drawing table. Remember, now that we know what they want to do with this country, don't think it's over. Okay, if Harris and Walz win, okay, it's also a life support as well. The US will be on life support as well. They're gonna go back to their drawing board and try to get people back into their circle again, and then once they get into a power, and then boom, and implement their Project 25. So be on the lookout for this. Be on the lookout for that Sarah woman who used to work for who used to be in Trump's White House thing, who's now a governor somewhere. In one of the tweets I just shared with you, she's in there when she was signing something for kids. Okay, be on the lookout for her. She probably gonna try to run for president as well. And be on the lookout for some of the Bush's kids, especially what's that George Bush, Jeb Bush's son. Be on the lookout for him as well, because they're gonna use his identity, his part of being Mexican, to be in the White House. And once he get in, I understand many Mexican will love, Hispanic will love to have the first Hispanic as president. But guess what? They are a freaking Bush. And I've shared with you the connection with Trump and everything like that. They're gonna do the exact same thing. Okay? So don't just vote just because this is Mexican and this like that. No. This is why these things needs to be out of the race. Okay, the race thing and gender as well be out of politics, as long the person have credential and can do the work. This is what should be matter when people are running for office, not by race or color or sexual orientation or anything like that. These things should not matter. It should be their work ethic, their understanding of the law, and what they can do for you. All right. Other than that, it doesn't matter if it's a Republican or Democrat in office. What can they do for you, and how they're gonna benefit you? All right. But we already know where many of them have already stand. So just be on the lookout. That's all I'm saying. Just be on the lookout, and the nonsense that they're gonna give you for you to vote for them. But the agenda is clear. It is clear. We didn't get to this point just like that. It's been happening every decades. They implementing. Each time people starting to catch up with them, they went back to their drawing board and changed things, and then they go back again to their main, their focus. So be on the lookout. All right, next tweet. And they know how to use people to their benefit. This one is kind of stupid. I'm just going to share that with you. But after that, that's it. Okay, why can't Trump supporters find a date? All right, this is 15 seconds.
Would you mind being in a video?
I'm filming, so I guess so.
What are your thoughts on Donald Trump?
I
Would you mind being in a video?
This is so freaking ridiculous. You ask the person for her opinion and she give you her opinion. You don't agree with her opinion and you call her name. Alright, there was something I saw earlier. Female Trump supporters don't want them either. They are all dating side-picking educated liberals. As my son, the last four he went out with were MAGA. They don't advertise it and keep it quiet till day 2 or 3. Okay, well, it doesn't help that 71% of single Democrats will consider dating a Trump voter. Alright, that's an ad. Are they all men, children? Look at how he's dressed. No style. I mean, nah. I mean, if he's just walking, I don't have anything. I mean, he's not going into anything formal. I don't know. I don't see anything wrong with the way he dressed. But it's the nonsense that came out of his mouth that's disgusting. Why are they all men, children? Look how he's dressed. No style, no imagination. Mommy still buy his clothes. We don't know. Okay, thanks. As long as the colors match, he's good. And the way he crosses his arm as if superstitiously hugging himself. Does he have... okay, this is childish talk. There's a laugh here. LOL, we're married. Okay, what is this? We're married. Are they together? Okay, so I don't know. Maybe people's putting things out there just for the sake of videos. Okay, he approached her while she was busy shopping, and now he's insulting her because she didn't give him the answer he was looking for. Really? She was minding her own business until he came along. That's the way that I see it. Okay, I hope this video ended quickly to hide the fact that she kicked him in the balls. Oh, she did? Okay, I'll go into that to see if somebody put the video. Conservative men can't stand when women aren't Trump supporters. LOL. I can't tell you how many of them on dating apps lose their shit on me that I have no MAGAs in my bio. What the hell? When I see a Trumper on there, I swipe left and go about my day. But them, they have to say something. Wow. Alright. Love this. Okay, so that's that. So please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. If you want to support this channel, there's a PayPal link and the Cash App link in the description. You could donate. Those who have donated, thank you. And don't forget to check my shop. There's Zazzle. I have some puzzles you guys could check out and see if you like it. And my other one, which is connected to this channel, it's linked to each channel. I have some t-shirt, cups, or whatnot, and see if you like. Okay, so this is Harris and Walz t-shirt design. So this one is black, the text is black, and this one is the text is white. So depend on the color of shirt you choose, it will match into it. Okay, so there's that one color with the sun in the back, and this without the sun, and this black and white image with the text red, white, and blue. And there's that one here is just pure black. Alright, so that is it. Thank you for watching.
Alavanaka. It is a great privilege to be with all of you today.
You know, we ask for forgiveness and please come back.
As you saw me find the love and happiness that I'd hoped for all my life.
You are all in this together. And if I may speak personally, we are all in this together. Because asking for help was one of the best decisions that I ever made. You will be continually amazed how life changes for the better.